video is to fill the requests I've had over the last year or so in regards to the Marimba concerto. A lot of people I'm finding are having the exact same problems, the same few spots, and they keep asking about stickings and things. So I thought it was long overdue to finally make a video for you all and kind of walk you through a few of these passages and just show you specifically what I recommend you do and what I did when I played the piece. Um, so yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that we see in the whole piece is right here, measure 23, and this is something I get asked a lot about, and it's simply something like, how do I stick this? How do you play this? It doesn't seem playable. But I think you'll find this is a fairly common marimba permutation. So there's definitely a repetitive pattern going on here throughout the whole thing, and you can see it's all very similar material. But anyway, you can really see it. The pattern is much more evident right here. So it is the exact same sticking, but the notes have been expanded, and they're not so squished together. It's not so dense. It's finally kind of come apart. So you can tell left hand, right hand. And obviously this is going to be mallets 1 and 2. These are going to be mallets 3, 4, and back to 3, and then 2, 1, 2, back to 3, 4, 3, etc. So that just continues on and on and on. Pair 3, pair 3, pair 3, pair 3. So I think what's a little tricky or deceiving about this entrance is that alternating threes aren't evident right away. It starts on the 4, 4, 3, and then 2, 1. I hope you can see that. And then the pattern resumes. 2, 3, 4, 3, etc. back and forth. So from there on, it's going to continue to alternate back and forth. And yeah, again, it's just this same pattern. And really, if you're comfortable with that pattern, this alternating right left, with which 3 on each hand, then really the whole opening section for the soloist is a piece of cake. So of course the trick is just really getting comfortable with that. So and maintaining it, you have to do it for something like a minute or so, which is definitely difficult. It's it's very exhausting, for sure. So stamina is a big issue, and you don't get a chance to kind of warm up to the instrument. There's a fairly long orchestral introduction, and then the soloist just has to begin with that. So you just have to begin right off the bat with one of the most technical things you'll do in the piece, which is unfortunate. Luckily, it's fairly simple. Underneath you, the orchestra has very simple things. However, it's important for their sake that this eighth note pulse is maintained, because that is the pulse. There's nothing else really for them to go on. And a lot of people have said, well, can I simply play this slower? Like, how slow can I play this? And I guess the answer is you can play it like a little slower, but I think if you deviate too far from the tempo that's there, it just, the harmony is too boring. Like, I think the melody itself is fairly forgiving, dee da yi da 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 ya da, etc. That'll sound okay slow, but I think the harmony is just a little too uninteresting that slow, and it needs to have kind of the harmonic rhythm needs to be quicker. So let's see, anything else? So yeah, the speed I think is actually fairly important. Now, once you are comfortable with this pattern, it's really easy to spin out of control. That's the problem I had a lot through this, is I end up playing it too fast. And if it gets too fast, then all these notes become a little too squished together, and that will also mess up the eighth note pulse. And I don't think it's so important that it's like perfectly in time the whole time, but if it is going to be, somewhat flexible, I don't think it can be flexible for too long. So yeah, for the most part, I think it has to be fairly strict. Let's see what else. Okay, when you do finally get out of all of the noodly stuff, the next thing you come to is this little series of little climactic moments. And the difficult thing about this is coming from all this busy stuff. So you have to arrive out of this still strong and become actually even stronger, because we have our first really peak of the first movement. This is really the first arrival and the first time you will get a little break. But yeah, again, the difficulty is just kind of maintaining enough steam throughout all the busyness that you can come out still sounding good and strong. So yeah, again, the more secure you are with all the busyness and this permutation we just talked about, the easier you will have, or excuse me, the easier time you will have sounding good coming out of it. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of really getting used to it and getting comfortable with it. Then the next thing we have, you take the melody for the first time, and it's all octaves here. It's all just keeping track of the octaves and keeping this tempo going. It's difficult to not make the second beat weak, because it's very easy to come down, but getting the second one up, so I make sure to really dig into the bar so the second one is represented and it's not confused with the resonance of the first hit. So you have the attack, but then you also want another attack, because this da-da, 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 da-da is a thematic theme we've had throughout the beginning and the orchestral introduction. And so yeah, it just kind of trades hands. We've got octave melody, accompaniment, and then same thing, except we trade hands. Octave melody in the left hand, and then right hand has the accompaniment. And yeah, and then it's just sort of further series of the same thing until the next section. So, okay.